going to a different economy, and we're going to be learning more about that as we go. But clearly, we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
And so we'll import Chinese-based CBDC technology. So it's going to be CBDC in a box provided to you by the People's Bank of China.
But every stock, every bond, every currency, every commodity, every piece of art, every private business, every piece of real estate will eventually be a token on a blockchain, an entry on a ledger, permanent and immutable. We will have truth instead of trust, and we will save over $7 trillion a year. 6 to 8% of global GDP is wasted by the friction of the trust industry that's necessary when you have dual entry accounting. With triple entry accounting, which is what a blockchain is, we get rid of all of that friction. It's a beautiful future.
I actually believe this technology is going to be very important. Look at it. We have been part of a huge revolution in investing through ETFs. We believe that ETFs will be changing the whole way we invest. Many people still use it as a means, well, people are investing it for indexing. No, the majority of people who are putting money in an ETFs are active investors that are buying exposure. The entire bond market is being transformed as we talk right now. I believe the next generation for markets, the next generation for securities will be tokenization of securities. And if we could have that distributed ledger that we know every beneficial owner, every beneficial seller, we all have our code of who's buying, who's selling, instantaneous settlement. And think about it, it changes the whole ecosystem.
Welcome to the Crypto Teacher. And guys, please like and subscribe if you do like what you're listening to. Please inform your friends and family and spread it all over social media. It is imperative that we get back to learning finances and understand how the world really works, because once we understand how the world really works, we understand that it is all planned out. Now, I want to thank those who purchased the books Cryptoteacher and the New World Order book. Remember, the New World Order book shows you how the world really works, and it is definitely time for you to wake up out of that sleep, especially in the times that we're in right now. Now, guys, I told you in 2023 in the first quarter, we would get an event, and now we have the banking collapse, which the master magicians pulled off the perfect distraction. And at the end of the third quarter, going into the fourth quarter, guys, we're going to have another main event. Now, of course, the markets will still pump and dump until we get that next crisis. Guys, we know they're going to pull that rug. And all we have to do is watch the Fed to know exactly when that's about to happen. And also, guys, I want to thank those who purchased the 3 Kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, much love to those who donate to the Cash App, Patreon. Much love. Keep it coming. Guys, if you're not a part of the Patreon, make sure you're donating to the channel through the actual Cash App. We all know this channel is shadow banned. Now, guys, in my Patreon, I keep you up to date with the New World Order events, and then also I give you the New World Order cryptos. But, of course, you have to do your own research. But, guys, this next Bitcoin and crypto bull run is going to be a utility run. So you want to make sure you have the cryptos that have real utility. And much love to those who are shopping at both stores. Keep it coming. And of course, guys, we get into Bitcoin and cryptos first.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.
And right now we have Bitcoin, cryptos, and stocks flat right now. Don't forget to watch the video last night with Jerome Powell. Of course, Jerome Powell stated they could raise rates again, and then also stated that they don't expect to get back to that 2% inflation until 2025. And guys, we definitely know that is not correct. We see this economy already crumbling, and the only reason inflation is still this high is because of these big corporations' greed. And remember, you only have a handful of corporations that own everything. It's an illusion of choice. Now, guys, do not forget we have back today, and then we have the billions of dollars of futures that come to an end tomorrow. Now, guys, do not forget to pay attention to the actual indicators. We have yield rates, which are rising. We have the dollar, which is back up. We have volume in crypto right now is down. And then we have Tether, USDC. And then, of course, guys, we have the Fed. Repo at 1.9 trillion, and it is coming down slightly. Make sure you're keeping an eye on Janet Yellen. But we know the central banks are raising rates and run off the balance sheet in order to destroy this legacy market so the fourth industrial revolution can rise. Whether robots, algorithms, and drones take the economy over, pay each other with crypto, and the sheep go inside the metaverse. And again, guys, make sure you watch the video last night that I did on Jerome Powell. Now, guys, we had the BIS and 3 central banks, which were France, Singapore, again, Switzerland. Look at DeFi technology for wholesale CBDCs. And this was FX Project Mariana. And guys, we know it's all about liquidity. And that's the reason why protocols like Ripple and Stellar are going to be so important, guys. Real-time settlement, faster transactions at even lower costs. And that's the reason why these regional banks can't survive. Now we have the ECB to start wholesale CBDC settlement trial in 2024. Also, we have Superstate files planned to launch a tokenized government bond fund. And we had Compound Spike. But guys, they're going through the SEC. These are real use cases. Everything's going to be tokenized and put on blockchain. We know what the bank man was really working on. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now, guys, do not forget about Grayscale, sent about $25 billion. Now, we had ARK amend spot Bitcoin ETF similar to BlackRock on its surveillance sharing. And guys, we know in the fourth industrial revolution, they want privacy out the window. Now, we have DYDX to launch public testnet on Cosmos-based blockchain on July 5th. Also, we have Chainlink data feed goes live on Celo. And guys, remember, Chainlink is going to bring all this data off of these blockchains and connect it to Swift. Remember, blockchain gives the NWO the all-seeing eye. Now, we have 6 Clovers launched the Wholesale Network on Sui blockchain, a cross-border payment network, real-time payments using stable coins and CBDCs. And guys, what did Gary Gensler state? He stated the truth, that these banks have a monopoly on the current money system, but they will bring you in to use some of your technology. And you have to remember that. Now we have Binance again under attack, this time in Germany, but we're constantly getting more and more articles of Binance being pushed out of other countries. And we see the Binance movie continues. Remember, guys, they're not going to pull the full rug until they're ready to implement their system. We clearly see these big banks and big corporations building off of this technology that they're seeing in the smaller projects. And we know the big banks and big corporations are going to pick the winners and losers. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now we have Sony Network invest in Japanese Web3 startup Startails to spur mass adoption. And guys, we know they want to take this real world and put it into the virtual world. And Japan definitely had a head start. Make sure you go watch my Society 5.0 videos. And lastly, guys, we have Mastercard is piloting a tokenized bank deposits in the new UK test bed. And again, guys, we know our big banks and big corporations have been funding crypto from the beginning, and Mastercard is one of them. And when we hear these central banks and big banks testing, guys, we know they've already done the testing. They're ready to roll it out. But when they come to us, they want us to see it. Remember, they're 5, 10, 15, 20 years ahead. And that's the reason why I tell you to get in the lab. Get prepared, because we know the NWO is going to bring a big distraction in order to move the sheep over. And you don't want to get caught on the wrong side of history. And remember, the crypto teacher told you, because he knows when it comes to the New World Order, it's all planned out. But that's all I have for you. Don't forget about the books, Crypto Teacher and the New World Order book, plus the 3 kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, new to cryptos, Coinbase, Bitrue, Binance. Do not forget book links and crypto links are in the description. The stock channel, guys. Don't forget to go like, subscribe, spread everywhere. You have your Kobo, your chip stocks, your banking, your gaming. While everybody's sitting at home, get home stocks, the Celo, the biotech stocks. And while everybody's at home wishing they were still getting that free money, what are they doing? Drinking and smoking weed. Don't forget about those stocks, and you have a wonderful day. The most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, you know I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids books. You know I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate, not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, so therefore we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the 4th Industrial Revolution foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save the village. Part 2. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save New York. Long COVID Stories 3. Part 3. King Joshua and Grandma Tam goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.